Born into a world of raiding and fragmented power, Harald Gormsson inherited a fragile kingdom on the cusp of a new age. His father, Gorm the Old, was the first named king. Harald's destiny was to forge the scattered Danes into a single nation. The gelling stones were his foundation, a lasting claim to the Danish throne and a powerful link to his ancestors.
Harald reinforced the Danevirke, a colossal defensive wall, asserting his power against the southern threats of the Saxon Empire.
The greatest threat was Otto the Great of Germany, who demanded loyalty and, crucially, the conversion of the Danes.
Harald, the political pragmatist, made his choice. Converting to Christianity was the key to stabilizing his borders.
He declared the kingdom Christian, a geopolitical move that united the Danes under a single faith and centralized his rule.
The Great Stone was his boast, a permanent record claiming the unification of Denmark and the conquest of Norway.
His claims to Norway were won through relentless, brutal campaigns against local jarls, establishing a foothold in the north.
The sea was his highway and his battlefield. He was a commander who led from the front, demanding fierce loyalty.
Beyond conquest, he began establishing a codified system of laws, slowly replacing Viking tribal rule with royal authority.
Across the realm, he oversaw the construction of early churches, physically cementing the new Christian identity.
His legacy was one of cultural blending, allowing the new faith to evolve alongside the powerful traditions of the North.
He understood that power was not just inherited, but must be continuously demonstrated through deed and legend. The truest symbol of his absolute power was his system of ring fortresses, built simultaneously across his entire kingdom. These Trelleborgs were built to an identical, rigid blueprint, showcasing a level of centralization previously unknown in Scandinavia. They served as garrisons, logistical hubs, and symbols of royal authority, linking the kingdom together under one king. The speed and resources required for their construction reveal Harald's supreme command over manpower and materials. This was not brute force, but calculated organization, a military blueprint executed with near-industrial efficiency. The forts were a warning to enemies abroad and a declaration of sovereignty to competing jarls at home.
He was a king constantly building, constantly expanding, never resting on his newly acquired power.
The Trelleborgs didn't just defend. They enabled trade, communication, and the swift mobilization of the king's forces.
Harald Bluetooth gave Denmark its political and physical structure, but his focus on centralization bred deep resentment.
The greatest threat came from within his own family. His son, Svein Forkbeard, championed the old pagan ways.
The disagreement exploded into open civil war. Svein fought to seize the power he believed his father had made soft.
Defeated and wounded by his son's betrayal, Harald was forced to flee, his unified kingdom slipping from his grasp. The long campaign to unite Denmark ended not in glory, but in the anguish of a father's betrayal.
He died in 986, a defeated king, but one who had irrevocably altered the course of Scandinavian history.
Despite his fall, the foundation he laid, a centralized Christian Denmark, would ensure his legacy survived. This very name, Bluetooth, survives today, a testament to his greatest achievement, connecting disparate factions. Harald Bluetooth, the Viking king who brought Denmark out of the darkness of the Viking Age and into the light of a unified nation.